Welcome to the Big Marathon. Part 1. From my kitchen with love. Let's bake together with all our heart and soul. Let's start with crispy and juicy meat borek. Ingredients: 500 grams ground meat, 1 large onion chopped, 1 clove garlic chopped, 1/4 cup oil, 1 tablespoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon cumin, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1/2 bunch coriander or parsley chopped, 1 egg for brushing, sesame seeds for decoration, and puff pastry. Preparation: put the oil in a frying pan. When the oil is hot, add the onion. Fry until lightly golden. Add the garlic. Fry for another minute. Add the meat. Continue to fry until the meat turns dark. If a lot of liquid has accumulated, you can strain add paprika, cumin, salt, black pepper. Mix well. Add the coriander and mix. Cover the pan. Add the coriander and mix. Put the meat in a food processor and grind. Cover the pan, add the coriander, and mix. Put the meat in a food processor and grind. Place the dough on the work surface. Cover the pan. Sprinkle a little flour the dough and mix the meat in a food processor. Roll it out a little. Place the dough on the work surface. Sprinkle a little flour the dough. Fill it with meat in an even layer. Roll it out a little over the entire dough, not to the edges. Place the dough on the work surface. Roll the dough all the way to the end. Sprinkle a little flour the dough. Fill it with meat in an even layer. Roll it out a little over the entire dough, not to the edges. Place the dough on the work surface. Roll the dough all the way to the end. Mark the dough at equal intervals. Fill it with meat in an even layer. Roll it out a little over the entire dough, not to the edges. Place the dough on the work surface. Roll the dough all the way to the end. Mark the dough at equal intervals. And cut. Place on a baking sheet with baking paper. Flatten it a little. Roll the dough all the way to the end. Mark the dough at equal intervals. And cut. Place on a baking sheet with baking paper. Brush an egg on the dough. Cut. Place on a baking sheet with baking paper. Sprinkle sesame seeds. Put it in a preheated oven. Brush an egg on the dough. Israel, 180 degrees. United States, 350 degrees. Bake for about 30 minutes. Until a beautiful golden color. From my kitchen with love. Put it in a preheated oven. Brush an egg on the dough. Israel, subscribe to my channel. United States. Let's move on to the next recipe. Bake for about 30 minutes. Until a beautiful golden color. Potato borek, flower-shaped. Subscribe to my channel. United States. Let's move on to the next recipe. Bake for about 30 minutes. Ingredients. Until a beautiful golden color. 4 large potatoes. Potato borek, flower-shaped. 1 large chopped onion. Subscribe to my channel. 4 chopped garlic cloves. Let's move on to the next recipe. Half teaspoon salt. Ingredients. A little black pepper. 4 large potatoes. 3 tablespoons oil. Flower-shaped. 1 large chopped onion. Rolled out puff pastry. 4 chopped garlic cloves. A little flour. Half teaspoon salt. Ingredients. 1 egg. A little black pepper. 4 large pitted black olives. 3 tablespoons oil. Sesame seeds and ground poppy seeds. Rolled out puff pastry. For decoration. 4 chopped garlic cloves. Preparation. A little flour. Put the potatoes in a pot with water on the stove. 1 egg. Over medium heat. Wait for the potatoes to be soft. 3 tablespoons oil. Strain the water. Sesame seeds and ground poppy seeds. Wash the potatoes. For decoration. Transfer them to a bowl. Set aside. Put the potatoes in a pot with water on the stove. Put the oil in a frying pan. 1 egg. Over medium heat. Wait for the potatoes. When the oil is hot, add the onion. Fry a little. Wash the potatoes. For decoration. Transfer them to a bowl. Set aside. Put the potatoes in a pot with water on the stove. Put the oil in a frying pan. Over medium heat. Add the garlic. When the oil is hot, continue to fry until golden brown. Add the onion. Fry a little. Wash the potatoes. For decoration. Transfer them to a bowl. Set aside. Put the oil in a frying pan. Add black pepper and salt. Add the garlic. Fry for another minute. Continue to fry until golden brown. Turn off the heat. Fry a little. Wash the potatoes. Transfer them to a bowl. Set aside. Put the oil in a frying pan. Add black pepper and salt. Add the garlic. Fry for another minute. Mash the potatoes. Add black pepper and salt. Add the garlic. Fry for another minute. Mash the potatoes. Add the onion with the garlic. Mix well. Mash the potatoes. Add the onion with the garlic. Mix well. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface. Place the dough with the garlic. Mix well. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Roll it out a little. Work surface. Place the dough with the garlic. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Roll it out a little. Work surface. Cut the dough into squares. Place the dough. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Roll it out a little. Work surface. Cut the dough into squares. Place the dough. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Roll it out a little. Put a spoonful of the filling in the center of the square. Hold two opposite edges. Put a spoonful of the filling in the center of the square. Add the other two edges. Press them all together. Cut the olive in half. Place it in the center of the dough. Place it on a baking sheet. Put a spoonful of the filling with baking paper. Add the other two edges. This way, continue to prepare all the dough together. Cut the olive in half. Place it in the center of the dough. Place it on a baking sheet with baking paper. This way, continue to prepare all the dough. Brush with egg. Cut the olive in half. Place it in the center of the dough. Place it on a baking sheet with baking paper. This way, continue to prepare all the dough. Brush with egg. Cut the olive in half. Place it in the center of the dough. Sprinkle sesame seeds only on the dough. With baking paper. This way, continue to prepare all the dough. Brush with egg. Decorate with ground poppy seeds on the dough. Brush with egg. Decorate with ground poppy seeds on the dough. Put it in a preheated oven. Israel, 180 degrees. United States, 350 degrees. Bake for about half an hour until a beautiful golden color. Decorate with ground poppy seeds. Remove it from the oven. Put it in a preheated oven. Bon appetit. Israel, 180 degrees. United States, 350 degrees. Bake for about half an hour. Until a beautiful From my kitchen with love. Remove it from the oven. Subscribe to my channel. Bon appetit. Let's move on to the next recipe. United States, 350 degrees. Bake for about half an hour. Until a beautiful Family spinach and cheese borek. Remove it from the oven. Subscribe to my channel. Bon appetit. Let's move on to the next recipe. United States, 350 degrees. Bake for about half an hour. Family spinach and cheese borek. Remove it from the filling ingredients. 500 grams cottage cheese. 200 grams salty cheese, chopped. Family spinach and cheese. 300 grams grated cheese. Filling ingredients. I chose mozzarella cheese. 500 grams cottage cheese. 1 egg. 200 grams salty cheese, chopped. Spinach leaves, not necessarily cooked. 300 grams 1 flat teaspoon salt. If the cheese is not too salty, I chose mozzarella cheese. Rolled puff pastry. It doesn't matter if square, rectangle, round. Salty cheese, chopped. Spinach leaves, not necessarily 1 egg for brushing. 1 flat teaspoon salt. Sesame seeds for decoration. If the cheese is not too salty, I chose mozzarella cheese. Preparation. Rolled puff pastry. Preparing the filling. It doesn't matter if square, rectangle, round. Spinach leaves. Put in a bowl all the filling ingredients. Mix well. Sesame seeds for decoration. If the cheese is not too salty. Preparation. Rolled puff pastry. Preparing the filling. It doesn't matter if square, rectangle, round. Put in a bowl all the filling. You can choose which cheeses you want. Mix well. Sesame seeds for decoration. To have 1 cheese, white. 1 cheese, like yellow cheese. Preparing the filling. It doesn't matter. And salty cheese. Put in a bowl all the filling. You can choose which cheeses you want. Mix well. Sesame seeds for decoration. To have 1 cheese, white. 1 cheese, like yellow cheese. Preparing the filling. It doesn't matter. And salty cheese. You can choose. Wrap the bowl in cling film. Set aside. To have 1 cheese, white. 1 cheese. Grease a large round pan. And salty cheese. You can use a smaller pan. Wrap the bowl in cling film. Set aside. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface.
Recommend for not only myself but my patients.
Place dough on the work surface.
It was important to me that they have been FDA approved for over 20 years.
Sprinkle a little flour over the dough. It is desirable that the dough be rectangular. If the dough is square, roll it out a little to the sides. Place some of the filling along the edge of the dough, not to the edges.
The effects of Botox Cosmetic spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms.
Spread an egg
Find a licensed
on both
Botox
edges of the
Cosmetic
dough.
specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Fold the 2 edges of the dough and press. Spread an egg on both edges of the dough. Roll from the edge of the dough almost to the front. Fold the 2 edges of the dough. Spread an egg on the edge of the dough and press. Roll. Spread an egg on both edges of the dough. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface almost to the front. Place the bottom of the dough. Roll it a little. Fold Fold the two edges of the dough. It into a snail shape. Spread an egg on the edge of the dough. Press. Roll. Place them in the pan, close to each other, but not too close. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface, and on the same side, almost to the front, place the bottom of the dough. Roll it a little. Fold the two edges of the dough. It into a snail shape. Spread an egg on the edge of the dough. Press. Roll. Place them in the pan, close to each other, but not too close. Flour on the work surface, and on the same side, place the bottom of the dough. Roll it a little. It into a snail shape. Spread an egg on the edge of the dough. Roll. Place them in the pan, close to each other, but not too close. Flour on the work surface, and on the same side, place the bottom of the dough. Roll it a little. It into a snail shape. Spread an egg on the edge of the dough. Pay attention when I roll it. I hold the sides so that the filling does not come out. It is possible that during baking, the filling came out of the dough. Pay attention when I roll it. I hold the sides. Spread a little egg. Does not come out. It is possible that during baking, the filling came out of the dough. Pay attention when I roll it. I hold the sides. Spread a little egg. Does not come out. Sprinkle sesame seeds on top. During baking, the filling came out of the dough. Pay attention when I roll it. Set aside for 15 minutes. Spread a little egg. From the dough and the remaining filling, I made triangular-shaped boreks. Set aside for 15 minutes. I placed them on a baking sheet. With baking paper, from the dough and the remaining I spread an egg on top and sprinkled sesame seeds on top. Set aside for 15 minutes. I placed them on a baking sheet. With baking paper, from the dough and the I spread an egg on top. Put in a preheated oven and sprinkled sesame seeds on top. Israel, 180 degrees. United States, 350 degrees. And bake about 35 minutes. I placed them on a baking sheet until a beautiful golden color. I spread an egg on top. Put in a preheated oven and sprinkled sesame seeds on top. Family Israel, spinach and cheese borek. United States, 350 degrees. And cheese spinach borek, triangle shape. From my kitchen with love. Beautiful golden color. Subscribe to my channel. Let's move on to the next recipe. Family spinach and cheese borek. United States, 350 degrees. And cheese spinach borek. Spinach and cheese borek. From my kitchen with love. Beautiful golden color. Subscribe to my channel. Let's move on to the next recipe. Family spinach and cheese borek. Ingredients. United States, 350 degrees. Spinach. And cheese. A little black pepper. Spinach and cheese borek. A tablespoon Parmesan cheese. Subscribe to my channel. Crumbled feta cheese. Let's move on to the next recipe. Puff pastry. Ingredients. An egg for coating. Spinach. Sesame seeds for decoration. Black pepper. Preparation. A tablespoon Parmesan cheese. Put the spinach in a pan with a tablespoon of water. Feta cheese. Cook until soft. Puff pastry. Strain. An egg for coating. Spinach. Chocolate. Sesame seeds for decoration. Black pepper. Preparation. A tablespoon Parmesan cheese. Put the spinach in a pan with a tablespoon of water. Feta cheese. Cook until soft. Puff pastry. Strain. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface. Place the dough. Roll it out a little Sprinkle a little flour on top of the dough. Cut the dough into 3 parts. Cook until soft. Puff pastry. Strain. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface. Put the spinach in a bowl. Roll it out a little. Add a little black pepper. Sprinkle a little flour on top of the dough. Parmesan cheese. Cut the dough into 3 parts. Feta cheese. Mix well until smooth. Strain. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface. Put the spinach in a bowl. Roll it out a little. Add a little black pepper. Sprinkle a little flour on top of the dough. Parmesan cheese. Cut the dough into 3 parts. Feta cheese. Mix well until smooth. Sprinkle a little flour on the work surface. Put the spinach in a bowl. Roll it out a little. Add a little black pepper. Sprinkle a little flour on top of the dough. Parmesan cheese. Cut the dough into 3 parts. Feta cheese. Mix well until smooth. Place some of the filling on the dough. Arrange in a row. Place some of the filling on the dough. Arrange in a row. Roll gently. Place some of the filling on the dough. Arrange in a row. Roll gently. Press the sides together to round into a snail shape. Arrange in a row. The final edge of the dough. Place it under the middle. Place the borek on a baking sheet with lightly greased baking paper. Roll gently. Brush with egg together. Sprinkle sesame seeds on top. Place in a preheated oven. Israel 180 degrees. United States 350 degrees. Place the borek. Bake for about half an hour with lightly until a beautiful golden color. Brush with egg together. Sprinkle sesame seeds on top. Place in a From my kitchen with love. Israel 180 degrees. Subscribe to my channel. United States 350 Let's move on to the next recipe. Bake for about half an hour with until a beautiful golden color. Brush with egg. Sprinkle sesame seeds on top. Dough-covered cheese fingers. From my kitchen with love. Israel 180 degrees. Subscribe to my channel. United States 300. Let's move on to the next recipe. Bake for about half an hour until a beautiful golden color. Ingredients: 70 grams margarine or butter, dough-covered cheese fingers, 2 cups sifted flour, subscribe to my channel, about half a cup water. Let's move on to the next recipe. Very little salt, 1/4 cup milk. Ingredients: cheese fingers, mozzarella, 70 grams margarine or butter. Preparation: 2 cups sifted flour. Put all the ingredients in a bowl, about half a cup water, except for the cheese fingers and the water. Very little salt. Gradually add the water. 1/4 cup milk. Knead until a uniform dough. Cheese fingers, mozzarella, 70 grams margarine or butter. Preparation: wrap the dough in cling film. 2 cups sifted flour. Put in the refrigerator for 2 hours, except for the cheese fingers. Take the dough out of the refrigerator. Gradually place it on a floured surface. Cut it in half. Uniform dough. Keep 1/2 in the refrigerator. Wrap it in cling film. Wrap the dough in cling film. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Put in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Roll it into a thin sheet. Except for the cheese fingers. Take the dough out of the refrigerator. Gradually place it on a floured surface. Straighten the dough around it. Cut it in half. Create rolls in the refrigerator that aren't too wide. Wrap it in cling film. Wrap the dough in cling film. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough. Put in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Roll it into a thin sheet. Except for the cheese fingers. Take the dough out of the refrigerator. Gradually place it on a floured surface. Straighten the dough around it. Cut it in half. Create rolls in the refrigerator that aren't too wide. Wrap it in cling. Take 1 row of the dough. Sprinkle a little flour on. Wrap the cheese. Roll it into a thin sheet. A little stretch the dough. And roll it.
Buy now, pay later solution for your business, powered by Cash App. Reach more customers.
Cut the rest of the
Drive
dough.
more sales with the buy now, pay later
Pinch the
solution
edges.
That's built for today's millennial and Gen Z shoppers. The future of payments is here with Afterpay.
Roll it well. A little stretch so that it comes together into one dough, and roll it. Set aside.
Powered by Cash App. Reach more customers.
Cut the rest of the
Drive
dough.
more sales with the buy now, pay later
Pinch the
solution
edges.
That's built for today's millennial and Gen Z shoppers.
Stretch the dough.
This is here with Afterpay.
Roll it well. Cut the rest of the
So
dough.
that it
comes together into one dough. And pinch the edges. Set aside. Roll well. Set aside. Pinch the edges. Stretch the dough. Roll it well. Cut the rest of the dough. It comes together into one dough. Pinch the edges. Pay attention. The dough is soft and flexible. Set aside. Once the dough warms up, it is impossible to work with it. Return it to the refrigerator. To harden a little, take out the dough that left in the refrigerator. Continue preparing the cheese fingers. The dough is soft and flexible until I finish all the dough. Once the dough warms up, it is impossible to work with it. Return it to the refrigerator. To harden a little, take out the dough that left in the refrigerator. Continue preparing the cheese fingers. The dough is soft and flexible until I finish all the dough. Once the dough warms up, it is impossible to work with it. Return it to the refrigerator. To harden a little, take out the dough that left in the refrigerator. Put oil in a pan over medium heat. Wait for the oil to heat. Gently place the cheese fingers. Fry until golden brown. On both sides. Remove to a plate on absorbent paper over medium heat. Wait for the oil to heat. Gently from my kitchen with love. Fry until golden brown. You like it? This is just the first part. Remove to a plate. Wait until you see what awaits you in Chapter 2. Over medium heat. Wait for the oil. Don't forget to subscribe. From my kitchen with love. Fry until golden. My cookbook's on Amazon. You like it? This is just the first part. Good luck. Continue soon. See what awaits you in Chapter 2. Don't forget to subscribe. From my kitchen.